Just picture this for a second. You see a photo online of a tiny Shih Tzu puppy. Bright eyes, adorable little face, that cuddly look that makes you want to squeeze it. The ad says it's pure, imperial, rare. And your heart? It skips a beat. You rush, buy it, bring it home. And a few weeks later, you realize something feels off. That's exactly what happened to one of our followers here on the channel. She bought a puppy thinking it was a purebred Shih Tzu. But over time, she noticed he looked different. His coat was rougher, his snout too long, and his behavior didn't match what she expected. When she took him to the vet, she finally heard the truth. This little guy is a mix. And here comes the shock. She paid as if he was a pure Shih Tzu, but what she got was something completely different. Even worse, the place she bought him from was treating the dogs in terrible conditions. That's why, before you go through the same thing, it's so important to learn how to identify a true purebred Shih Tzu puppy. There are clear signs most people don't talk about, but I'm going to show them to you step by step, so you don't get tricked. If you love dogs and want to make a smart, caring decision, stay with me until the end. A wrong choice now can lead to a lot of heartache later. But with the right info, you can avoid all that. Let's figure this out together. Before you can tell if your puppy is a purebred Shih Tzu, you need to understand what pure really means. A purebred Shih Tzu follows the official breed standard, meaning it has specific physical traits and behavior that are recognized by international organizations like the FCI. Physically, a pure Shih Tzu has a compact body, with short, well-proportioned legs. The snout is short and flat, the eyes are large, round, and dark. Its ears hang down and are covered in long fur, just like the tail, which curls up over the back. The coat is thick, straight, and double-layered with a soft undercoat and a more textured top layer. Size matters too. A standard Shih Tzu usually weighs between 10 and 18 pounds, and stands around 8 to 11 inches tall at the shoulder. It's not too small, not too big, just the right size to be a lapdog, but still sturdy and well-built. Behavior-wise, a purebred Shih Tzu is typically sweet, affectionate, and very attached to its family. They get along well with kids and other pets. They're cheerful, calm, and love staying close to their humans. Knowing all this is essential to figure out if your puppy matches these traits or if it might have characteristics from another breed. And this isn't about judging the dog, it's about understanding their background so you can know what to expect as they grow. When Mariana bought her first Shih Tzu puppy, she was completely in love. The little pup was fluffy, adorable, and had those shiny eyes. Perfect, she thought. But as the months went by, something started to feel off. The puppy's snout grew longer than expected, the ears looked bigger, and the coat, which should have been straight and dense, started getting wavy and patchy in some areas. That's when the doubt hit. Was he really a purebred Shih Tzu? This kind of confusion happens to a lot of people. And the truth is, a puppy's body can reveal a lot. There are certain physical features that are the true trademarks of a pure Shih Tzu. For example, the snout is short and sits right in the center of the face, giving that flat, adorable look. The eyes are round, spaced apart, and give a sweet expression. And the coat? Straight, thick, and looks like a soft little rug. The body shape also matters. A Shih Tzu has a compact, almost square body, with short little legs and a tail that curls up and rests on the back, never hanging down. If your puppy starts growing with a long body, an elongated snout, or a different fur texture, it could be a sign of a mix with other breeds, like the Lesser Opso. The secret is in the details. It's like solving a puzzle. Every little part of your dog's body can help reveal the truth. And the earlier you notice, the better you'll understand how to care for them the right way. But it's not just about appearance, a puppy's behavior can also reveal if they're a true Shih Tzu. Each breed has very specific personality traits, passed down over generations. And when it comes to the Shih Tzu, temperament is one of the most noticeable features. A purebred Shih Tzu is usually very calm, affectionate, and attached to their family. They love being close to people, especially cuddling in your lap or lying at your feet. They're not hyperactive dogs, and they don't bark for no reason. Of course, they enjoy playing, but usually in a gentle way and with people they trust. Another important thing is that Shih Tzus tend to get along well with kids, visitors, and even other pets. They're friendly, they trust people easily, and they have a kind, gentle nature. They're not the kind of dogs that show aggression unless they're truly scared or in danger. So, if your puppy shows very different behaviors like being overly hyper, suspicious of people, aggressive without cause, or scared of everything, it might be a sign they're mixed with other breeds. Protective or more anxious breeds often pass those traits down to their puppies. That's why it's important to pay close attention to these signs in daily life, especially during the first few weeks. Behavior is just as important as appearance, because it shows how your dog's mind was shaped. If you learn how your puppy reacts to the world around them, it'll be much easier to tell if they're really a pure Shih Tzu or if they might carry traits from other breeds. Joao was over the moon. After doing lots of research, he finally came across an ad that read, "Imperial Shih Tzu, extremely rare, mini size, noble lineage." The photos were beautiful, and the price? Well, it was much higher than usual. But the seller insisted, this one is special from a very exclusive bloodline that only a few people in the world have. Joao believed it. And he bought it. At first, everything seemed fine. But as time passed, the puppy started growing in a strange way. The coat changed, and the behavior did too. When Joao finally took him to the vet said, "He's super cute, but he's not a purebred Shih Tzu." The scam had already happened. This kind of story is more common than you think. Many breeders use terms like imperial, toy, micro, or exotic line to make puppies sound more valuable, when in fact, they're just the result of off-standard breeding. These names aren't recognized by any official organization. They're only used to attract attention and often, to charge way more. Sure, Shih Tzus can vary in size and color, but always within our official standard. When someone starts making up fancy names and calling the dog exclusive, that's a red flag. It could just be a clever way to hide that the puppy is mixed with other breeds. So if you hear words like imperial or exclusive, ask questions. What's the pedigree? What's the kennel name? Is the dog registered? Honest breeders don't use fancy words to trick people, but scammers do. Stay alert, and don't buy on impulse. If Joao had researched just a little more, he could have avoided the disappointment and the wasted money. One of the most reliable ways to know if a Shih Tzu puppy is truly purebred is by checking the pedigree. But what exactly is that? A pedigree is an official document that proves the dog's lineage. It shows who the parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents are and confirms they were all also Shih Tzus, following the recognized breed standard. This document is issued by official organizations and should include the dog's name, date of birth, breeder's name, kennel name, and registration number. It also lists detailed information about past generations with all the names and registration numbers of the dog's ancestors. Now, if a puppy doesn't have a pedigree, it doesn't necessarily mean they aren't purebred, but it does mean there's no official proof. That can raise doubts, especially if the pup's looks or behavior seem unusual for a Shih Tzu. Some responsible breeders might choose to sell without pedigree, but ideally, you should always ask for one. It acts like a birth certificate for the breed and is the only 100% trustworthy way to guarantee the dog's purity. Plus, a pedigree increases the dog's value. If you ever want to breed responsibly or enter your dog in shows, this document is a must-have. So if you're buying a Shih Tzu and the breeder says it's pure, ask, do they have a pedigree? If the answer is no, be cautious. And if they say, I'll give it to you later, be careful. A real pedigree comes with the puppy or has a clear deadline for delivery. Luana had always dreamed of having a Shih Tzu. When she finally saved up enough money, she found an ad with adorable photos and a price that was lower than usual. She went to check it out and saw several puppies in a small area, all crammed together, with feces on the floor. The smell was strong, and the puppies seemed restless. Even so, she picked one and brought him home. In the first few days, the puppy had diarrhea, constant itching, and seemed sad. Luana thought it was just part of adjusting to a new place, but the vet quickly explained, he came from a backyard breeder. He probably hasn't received proper care since birth. And the worst part? The poor pup was likely the result of uncontrolled breeding, with possible health risks and no guarantee of being a pure Shih Tzu. This type of breeder is known as a backyard breeder or puppy mill. These are people who breed dogs in poor conditions just to make money. They don't follow any rules, don't care about the animal's well-being, and definitely don't focus on breed purity. A responsible breeder does health checks on the parents before mating, keeps the space clean, provides vaccines and deworming, and keeps the puppy with the mother until the proper time. They also provide full documentation and allow you to see the environment where the puppies are raised. Before buying a Shih Tzu, always visit the kennel, ask about the puppy's parents, observe the environment, and be wary of unusually low prices. Buying from a reputable place isn't just about looks, it's about ensuring the long-term health and happiness of your future best friend. The puppy's size and weight are also key clues in knowing whether they're truly a purebred Shih Tzu. The breed has very specific standards. If your puppy grows far outside those norms, it could be a sign of mixed lineage. A standard Shih Tzu usually weighs between 10 and 18 pounds as an adult. They're not as tiny as a Pomeranian, for example, and not as large as a Cocker Spaniel. In height, they typically measure between 8 and 11 inches at the withers, that's the area between the shoulders. Puppies that are too small and fragile, barely able to walk steadily, may not be purebred Shih Tzus. The same goes for puppies that are already too big for the breed at just a few months old. Also, a true Shih Tzu has a compact, square body, meaning the length of the body is nearly equal to the height. The legs are short and sturdy, and the chest is well developed. If the puppy's body is too long, with long or skinny legs, it could point to crossbreeding. It's important to remember that a puppy's weight can fluctuate in the first few months, but body proportion is a big clue. Always compare with adult dogs from reputable breeders or trustworthy photos of purebred Shih Tzus. Paying attention to these details helps you understand what to expect as your puppy grows. And the more informed you are, the better your chances of making the right choice and avoiding unwelcome surprises. So there you have it. If you made it this far, now you know how to confidently identify a purebred Shih Tzu puppy. The truth is, cuteness alone isn't enough. You need to look at the details. The body, the behavior, the environment where the puppy was born, and even how the breeder talks to you. All of that tells a bigger story. Always stay alert, because if you focus only on the price, you might end up bringing home a problem disguised as a deal. And what was supposed to bring happiness can quickly turn into a headache. And none of us want that, right? That's why before you buy, do your research, ask questions, and observe carefully. The more alert you are, the less likely you are to fall for a scam or support someone who mistreats animals. Remember, a real Shih Tzu isn't just beautiful on the outside, they also need to be healthy and well cared for from the very start. And if something feels off at any point, trust your gut. Ask, dig deeper, and don't be afraid to walk away. Because what's at stake is the well-being of a little life that's going to count on you for everything. Did you enjoy this video? Then don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who loves Shih Tzus. That way, you help me keep bringing helpful, honest content just like this. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, staying sharp now prevents regret later. See you soon.